It's been a while. It's been a long time since I last streamed. I mean, probably hasn't been that long, but it feels like a long time because I missed you all. So thank you very much for being here. I hope everyone's start of the year has been good. I hope everyone's had a nice New Year's. Everything's been going well so far, and then obviously I hope everything keeps going well for you. So yeah, so let's get into it. So nothing nothing surprising. We're just going to keep going along with the Casey calls. So I'm I, I got up to episode 23, so we're going to continue on with 24 because I really just want to eventually, sometime maybe before 2025, get through get through all of these ones, and I'm quite excited. I am doubly excited right now. Firstly, I'm excited because I get to be back with all you guys, and secondly, I'm excited because we have finally reached the cockhead call. Just absolute lawn at his lunatic best. So this should be a lot of fun. So this is something I've missed doing too. So g'day to Dr. Cunt and Bunny and Department of the Department of Redundancy Department, TKTK 101, Cyber Squeak. Oh, thank you, TK. That's lovely. Cyber Squeak. G'day, Cyber. Um, Spencer Silvera. Hi, sir. Pussy Destroyer. WB slash H. J Rob. Duchess. Brandy B. Glad to see you, Precious. Thank you. J Rob. One of those weirdos. And speaking of Brandy B, we have a stream to finish. I have you know, I'm often late to start streams, and I'm often very late to actually finish streams. So we need to get to that. So I will hit you up, and we'll organise a time to do that because the first one was a lot of fun, and I'm sure the second is going to be just as fun, if not more so. Road Scholar, hello to you. Cat G, g'day Cat G. Ramona's Go Around Answer, great name. The Poem That Lawn Wrote, hello Jeff W. Hey Boo, Cornhole Three Way. My favourite C3W. Winnie's Stupid Bullshit. Hello to you. And Evil Little Big Nuggets. G'day. G'day, Smuggy. Jeff W. Almost right on time, Jeff W. That's right. Don't get used to it. JC Dean, Constantin, Alison Marie Armstrong. Hello, Alison. Feels like a long time since I've seen you, so it's great to see you again. Doopy's Fashion Consultant. Hello, Bedhead Red, Freaky Gyration, Robert Osland, Sting, Majestic Felcor. Hello to you. Lulu Bop 19, Tranquillo. Who else we got here? We got a little bit of and yes, Cornhole Three Way. That was Colin Rye, not fastball. Quote unquote Smokey the cat's boyfriend slash fiance. Oh yeah, I see what's going on here. Go away for a little while, and just moved on, slutting yourself to someone else. Who else we got? L. G'day L. Crago Sex Boy. Hello, Crago. Scott Wood. Whitshirt. AsburyBrad. And as usual, Asbury's arrival reminds me that I need to put all my stuff up. And so thank you to AsburyBrad for tonight's stream art. So, Lawn taking the way out. That damn doctor, hello to you. Smokey the cat. Great to see you, Smokey. Who else we got tail between my legs, Ellison? That damn doctor. Trooper grandson, Chatchabate Billy. And Ma'am, yes ma'am, hello to you. Dustin Thomas. Oh, now it jumped all over the place. Trill Cosby, hello to you. Who else? Bitter Ramens. And Dan's confused entrance. John Fishman. Where's most? Chit chat, bitty bang bang. Slurp soup. G'day, Wes. I think I got everyone. Sincere apologies I've missed you. As always, shout at me if I have. Page Master, g'day to you. All right, guys, let's crack into it. So this is episode 24, and I think we all know what this one is. So let's enjoy.
No, it wasn't that long of a day. Do you want me to let you go since you're sleeping?
No. I was looking forward to talking to you.
Oh, what about?
So I can hear your sexy voice.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So,
You're very welcome. G'day, Ricky Spanish and Jerry Anthony.
I used to masturbate on the toilet too.
like, okay, I know that obviously these calls just, they run into each other, so they would have already been talking about this. I can't remember how episode 23 ended, or even if that's chronologically where this is, so I can't remember but that is just such a random thing to say, like it'd be random anyway in the middle of a conversation, but just kind of coming into this call, and it's just like, I used to masturbate in the toilet too. Like, okay. G'day, Moton G, Amoni's dad.
What?
I'm telling you some stuff about me. I said I used to masturbate at the toilet too.
And this
What?
is like, it's like he's doing the thing, like, you know how maybe early in relationships you might be, tell me something I don't know about you, that kind of thing. Like, this is the kind of shit that Law would come out with. Like, most people when they say, tell me something I don't know about you yet, it'd be like, I'm really into beach volleyball, or I actually achieved this and this kind of shit. Lawn leads with, I used to masturbate into the toilet. And, now he just masturbates onto the floor, so I don't know.
Fine.
Actually, I did. Well, even when I was a kid, I did it because it didn't make a mess, and I could just flush it. I did it for a long time.
What?
I did it for a long time, even right up until, I don't know, probably 10 years or so ago. Then I realized, it'd be a lot smarter if I used condoms, and I wouldn't have to stand at the toilet and do whatever I want to do.
In the kitchen?
No, it's, I could do it in bed if I wanted to.
Well, can't you do it in bed without a condom?
Yeah, but then it'd be a mess. Then I'd have to clean up.
Yeah, but why use a condom? You can't feel anything.
Yeah, you can. You can feel the difference with a condom versus without one.
This is so weird.
Well, yeah, I feel better without one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, with a condom makes you come faster.
What? No, this is so weird. Like, I don't know. Like, this is someone that has not had sex. Like, this is crazy. A condom makes you come faster. Like, and what I don't get, even like, from a common, pop cultural, I don't know, actually know what the right word is. Like, nobody thinks that. Like, there's a reason that people spend a lot of time trying not to use one. Like, this is outrageous. G'day, Duchess. G'day also to Rocket Fuel Foreskin and Wee Man and Anne O'Rourke. Saw you guys sneak in there, you little sneaky sneaks. Oh, g'day, Eel Reeg FBI. And the Guy and Floppy and Fun Bogan.
The condom makes you come faster?
Yeah.
How?
Just because of the feeling of it being on your cawkhead. Like going back and forth and rubbing against the cawkhead makes you come faster. Plus it squeezes it.
Wouldn't rubbing your cockhead without the condom feel better on your cockhead?
Wouldn't what? Say it again.
Hey, rubbing your cockhead without a condom on your cockhead, wouldn't that feel better on your cockhead?
Without the condom?
Yeah.
No, it's with the condom. When
I'm saying,
And g'day to Pine Barren Patriot, and also to who else did I see there? Oh, Jinx. G'day, Jinx. And Cornhole Three-Way, that is excellent actually. So Cornhole Three-Way says cockhead count 3. So if we could keep a count of the cockheads, that would be great. So I'm putting you in charge of that Cornhole Three-Way. It's a lot of responsibility.
wouldn't it feel better without a condom? Wouldn't it make you come if you didn't have a condom on?
no, because with the condom on, it makes you feel like your cock is more in a pussy.
How?
Because it's actually touching something, rubbing against something.
But it would be touching your hand without the... And if anyone says that a condom feels like a pussy, they have not been in one.
Well, isn't it rubbing against your hand?
No.
No?
So when a guy jacks off, he's got his skin that strokes back and forth on his dick, and he doesn't have to touch his cockhead.
Do
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, Lorne.
Well, wouldn't it feel more like a vagina if you didn't? I'm very confused.
No, it wouldn't feel more like a vagina, because if the condom wasn't there, you wouldn't have any feeling against the cockhead.
Well, your hand.
Even your hand, you wouldn't have the feeling of your hand, because your hand wouldn't be touching your cockhead.
You can still touch it. You can touch whatever part you want, Lorne. Like, as long as it's your own, like, as long as it's yourself, you can touch whatever part on yourself you like. You are not allowed to touch anyone else, though. G'day, SJB Dweller.
Be touching
Why
the shaft.
not?
Because your hand touches the shaft and strokes the shaft.
So then what does the condom do to your cockhead?
G'day, Logan W and Vast Ravioli.
It puts a feeling against your cockhead, so that when you stroke the shaft, it's more actually moving the condom itself too, even on the head of the cock. So you get feeling on the head of the cock too.
This is lunacy.
Is your dick that big that you can't reach your cockhead with your hand?
Like, I'm surprised the makers of Fleshlight haven't, come after Lorne, like exposing all the secrets. You don't have to purchase anything like that. You can just grab a pack of condoms, and it's just like being inside a vagina.
Or your hand?
Yeah, you're not gonna stroke the cockhead,
Why not?
because the cockhead is up top. When you're stroking the cock, you're just stroking the shaft.
Well, why not stroke your cockhead?
Because
While I don't really want to think about how Lorne jerks off, he realizes he has two hands. Like, if stroking the cockhead is so important to him, he could do both. In fact, having seen his member, one hand will achieve both at the same time, Lorne. You're all good. You have a unique ability there to just need the one hand. And g'day, Amanda James. Great to see you. And Miranda Lee Armstrong.
the cockhead's at the head of the cock. It's not the shaft. On the shaft is
Really? Take notes, Casey. Like, the cockhead is not the shaft.
It's can't say loose because the skin's not loose, but it's got the skin has mobility on the shaft. On the cockhead, it doesn't. So you're not stroking the cockhead; it's just the shaft that you're stroking.
Well, I'm saying, why don't you stroke your cawkhead?
Because you can't stroke the cawkhead. Well, you can. You can rub it, but you're not stroking it though.
Well, then why don't you rub it?
Well, why do I need to do that?
Because it's so important to you to have that feeling, like oh, this is I don't know why I'm
Because
doing
it would
this.
save you from buying condoms?
Well, you just wash them out, Casey. You have so much to learn.
Yeah, but it wouldn't save me from the mess.
G'day, Tiffany Rose.
You don't
And it
have
feels-
like
And it feels better. It feels better with a condom on too, because it feels more like it's in a pussy.
No.
how does it feel more
And g'day, Tyler Morgan.
like it's in a bussy?
Feels more like it's in a pussy because it's actually touching something. You
It
see what
would
I'm
be
saying?
touching your fucking hand.
Because it's touching something.
G'day, Wes
Right.
Willow.
Like, you mean because the condom's touching it that makes it feel like a bussy?
A buzzy. What's a buzzy?
What you're saying. That's how you keep saying pussy.
Pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my speech wasn't that good for a minute.
For a minute. Just for a minute, guys. Usually, it's very good. He has the best speech. He knows words.
When the cawkhead goes into a pussy,
He knows the
it's
best words.
touching the walls of the pussy.
And g'day, Ms. Tree One.
And that's what it feels like with a condom on.
So
And who's Honey Daddy?
a vagina feels like a latex condom.
No, a vagina feels better.
Well, so as long as your cockhead is touching anything, is that make it feel like you're in a fuzzy?
I didn't mean to say buzzy. You can stop calling it buzzy. And no, it's just because the condom is up against the cockhead. That's why it feels more like it's in the pussy than without the condom. You see what I'm saying?
Well, now I'm curious what a pussy feels like, because if it feels like a condom, that's very weird.
No, it feels a lot better than a condom. Feels a lot better than a condom, and it's a different feeling than a condom. But with a condom, the condom is touching the cockhead, so it gives the condom gives it more feeling than there was no condom on. For the pussy, it feels there's no better feeling than a cock being in a pussy.
There's no better feeling in the world.
Not really. As in a physical feeling, no.
How would you know, Lord?
But
G'day, George Glass and Lens 33.
it also matters with the pussy too.
He's
bet-
a connoisseur, guys.
Sex with some women that didn't even know the difference. Some women that they could tell the difference, that it was really nice.
They said what was really nice.
That the pussy was really nice.
G'day,
They said their
Z-Cat.
pussy was nice.
That the pussy felt really nice. I've had sex with some women that the pussy, you couldn't even tell that it was inside of them.
You had sex with women and they couldn't tell the pussy was inside of them.
I think that
No,
says more about you,
The cock
Lorne.
was inside the pussy.
I mean, assuming that any of this is real, obviously.
I couldn't tell that my cock was inside some of the pussy because the pussy wasn't. Every pussy is different. Does that make sense?
Repeat the whole thing. I was trying to close my windows because the stupid neighbor's dog.
Every pussy is different. I've I've had sex with some women that the pussy was very loose, and
G'day, Pussy Destroyer. You've come in at a good time. This guy's describing how he destroys pussies right now.
it was like I couldn't even tell that I had sex with him. That my cock had been inside the pussy.
Dick and like a huge gaping hole. You couldn't feel anything.
That's what some of it felt like. And some of them, you could tell that it was in there, and that it was really nice feeling.
Okay.
Want me to give you an example?
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. Paula wasn't that good. I really couldn't even tell that I was inside of her. A woman named Carrie that Paula did not like, just because I had sex with her. She was really good.
What made her really good?
I could feel that I was inside of her.
G'day, Sean McClure.
With Paula, I couldn't feel that I was inside of Paula.
At all?
So, Paula, she is the central character. I mean, outside of, all the kids, the central character in Lorne's world. Like, this is someone that he is still fixated on now. This is someone he blames that, with the exception of mac and cheese, one of the key reasons that he did all the crimes that he did. So, he's now having us believe that they did actually have sex together and it was awful. Like, she was, so loose that he couldn't feel himself inside, and it was just awful. Yet he has held on to this and held on to her for this long. Like, this is crap. Like, this is absolute crap. If it really was so awful, well, he wouldn't be thinking about her anymore. He wouldn't be so fixated. Like, this is such bullshit. But what isn't bullshit is, g'day, it's to the left. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, really, at all.
Oh, and Dan, he's my man.
I mean, that's
Like
how.
like you were humping the air?
Basically like I was humping warm air.
Warm
wet air.
Warm air?
Warm, wet air.
It's like a rainforest down there.
That's about the same feeling.
So like you were just like thrusting in the humidity of outside?
Pretty much. That was pretty much the feeling.
And then what did the good one feel like?
I could feel that I was inside of her. There's completely different feelings. She was warm, she was wet, but I could actually feel that I was inside of her.
Was the sex with her good?
It was a lot better than it was with Paula. I had a lot of fun with Carrie. She was
more fun.
Really nice. Huh?
What made it more fun?
I don't know. We had a lot more fun. So we ended up on the floor.
I said, what made it more fun?
I think because with Carrie, I wasn't in love with Carrie. I didn't go through the crap that I went through with Paula. And after going through the crap I did with Paula, it made it not as much fun anyway.
But like what made the act more fun?
G'day, the Cornville Nightmare.
because I could feel that I was inside of her. And I could tell that she could feel it.
But you didn't do like any different like positions or anything?
No.
Well, what positions?
Just me on top of her. Well, with me and Carrie, I was on top of her. Then we wound up on the edge of the bed, and then she wound upside down, and I was halfway off the bed, and then we wound up on the floor.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean you were halfway off the bed?
We were literally halfway off the bed. She kept moving. She kept moving as I kept going, and she kept moving sideways and then backwards, and she wound up halfway off the bed, and I wound up halfway off the bed, and she was upside down, and I was still halfway off the bed, and then we wound up on the floor.
Why didn't you guys just stop for a second and get back on the bed?
Because it was too much fun.
Why was it fun?
It was just because we were having too much fun. It was just what we were doing. It was too much fun. It was too much fun to stop.
Well, why was that like more fun than just being on the bed?
Because it wound up making us both laugh. We couldn't believe that we wound up off the bed.
And then you just fell to the floor?
Yep.
And then what? You
Then
stopped?
we got back up. Then we got back up on the bed and started going for it again.
What's the best sex you've ever had?
The best sex I ever had. I can say that was probably with Gretchen. She's the one that lasted 2 hours with her, literally.
Or
Yeah, literally 2 hours straight.
how do you have sex for 2 hours? Sounds horrible.
It wasn't horrible. It was fun.
Well, what did you do for 2 hours?
Just had sex.
Well, I know. That's what you just said. I'm saying, what did you do for 2 hours?
So he had sex for 2 hours. Like, this is a guy that can't get it up for 2 minutes. Like, if you're sending videos so excited that it's literally standing up on its own, you are not staying hard for 2 hours, buddy.
Literally just had sex. That's all we did was fun.
Hello.
I know, but like, how? How for 2 hours? Like, what did you do?
I'd be on top
G'day, Dean Fulford.
of her, and she'd be on top of me. We'd switch positions. We'd do different positions.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, what positions? Like, what did you do?
I'd be on top of her. I'd be over her. I'd have her legs in the air. She'd turn around and do a doggy style. And I'd lay down. She'd get on top of me. And she'd be facing me. Then she'd do it not facing me.
How did it take 2 hours?
Because I was able to maintain a hard-on for 2 hours that night.
Yeah, how?
And g'day to Zachy. And working for Xavier.
I think it was because I was turned on by her, but I was partially turned off by her too.
Oh.
Because like a couple weekends before that, she had started hitting on me. Then a friend of mine came in that she knew, and she wound up sleeping with him that night instead of me, and that kind of turned me off. So then a couple weeks later, when her and I did get together, I was half turned on and half turned off.
So okay, so this guy like who has rampant ED, like this guy just cannot get it up. Apparently, with someone he was turned off by because as a woman she had the audacity to hook up with someone else. I mean, just how dare she? I mean, and so he isn't really even that turned on by her because of that outrageous act, but he's able to get it up for 2 hours, and it was apparently amazing. Like, what's he trying to say here? Is he trying to say that it was hate fucking her? Like, what is the go here? This is very, very odd. And g'day, Fred Cusser. Glad you could finally catch a live stream. Great to see you here from all the way from California.
So the best sex you've ever had was with a woman that turned you off.
Yeah, it was the best sex, physically.
So what? You just had like half a little boner?
Huh? No, I didn't have a half a boner. I just the way that I felt because of what she did a couple weeks before. That turned me off. My feelings about the type of woman that she was turned me off.
Oh yeah.
Type of woman that she was, she hooked up with you.
To what?
So if she hooks up with you, it's fine. But if she hooks up with anyone else,
So, Lorne's kind of hierarchy of morality is, constantly being abusive towards women and everyone. That's okay. Trying to have sex with children, that's all good. Sleep with, a couple of guys, whoa, I can't abide that. Ridiculous.
that's a turn off.
No, it's the way that she did it.
G'day, Egbert.
She started out hitting on me that night until my friend showed up, and she knew him. And
Because he was better looking.
Yeah, so she got a better offer, which, in your case, Lorne is pretty much everyone.
Than you or something?
no, just she knew him. She knew him, and I guess she wanted to sleep with him before. He had told me about it after that she'd always wanted to sleep with him, and that night he didn't know that she was hitting on me before he came in. Till I told him. Did I what?
Did you cry when you found out?
No, I wound up sleeping with someone else that night.
Oh, of course you did.
And the night there, and I did sleep together. She had a friend with her, another friend of mine.
G'day, VA Hoss and Stumble, Repent, Repeat.
Well, she asked me if I could find a friend for her friend, and I said yeah. And then there was another friend of mine there.
And g'day, Sanjata MB.
He wound up sleeping with her friend. We went over to his dorm, and his neighbor wasn't in the dorm room. Wasn't there. I guess was on leave or something, but he wasn't there. And they had adjoining rooms with a bathroom in between, just like a hotel room. There's two dorm rooms with a bathroom in between. And so me and Gretchen went over to his neighbor's room while him and Gretchen's friend stayed right in his room. I'll tell you something that you wanted me to tell you that I've never told anybody. Even up to this day, I've never told anybody.
Ooh.
Nobody from Church of God. I mean, literally nobody.
Literally. Wow, let's stay tuned for the next exciting installment. I wonder what on earth it could be. I bet you it's something really juicy.
I'll tell you something.
So, episode 25 now, guys.
Something that you wanted me to tell you that I've never told anybody. Even up to this day, I've never told anybody. Nobody from Church of God, and I mean literally nobody. The first time I ever came was when I was 12 years old, when I had a wet dream. I woke up in the morning, and back then I wore tighty whities. And I woke up and I remember I put my hands in my underwear to adjust my pecker, and then all of a sudden I felt all kinds of wet, sticky stuff in my underwear. I pulled my underwear and I was confused at what the hell it was. How the hell it happened. I didn't know what it was. I thought something was wrong with me.
G'day. Who's Brittany?
But I was embarrassed because it was down by my pecker.
And right the hand.
So I took my underwear off and I threw them in the trash. I took a shower. And never told anybody about it.
You didn't tell your mom?
Nope. Literally nobody.
G'day, Gorilla Face Gwen.
You're the first one that I've ever told about that.
Wow. That's their closeness.
Yeah, I remember waking up and being confused at that. And what was happening.
What's your wet dream about?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember waking up and...
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Dutch. Just stop saying pecker. It is so weird.
And that happening. And I remember that I took
G'day, Cody Viz.
my underwear off and threw them in the trash and getting in the shower. And never telling anybody. I was embarrassed.
Like, once again, it's just like in the beginning of that last call where he's like, I'm going to tell you something I never told anyone. I used to jerk off into the toilet. Like these aren't like big this isn't stuff that people are wanting to know.
But that's something that I've literally never told anybody else about. Quite literally. So now you definitely know something about me that nobody knows.
Yeah, that you came your pants when you were 12.
There's a little more to it than that, you know.
What is there more to it?
Well, because of the embarrassment that I had and never telling anybody about it.
Well, who would you tell?
Well, you asked if I not even my mom. Well, no, I was embarrassed.
Well, you said because you didn't know what was wrong. You said you thought something was wrong with you. So I said, well, why didn't you go tell your mom that there's something wrong with you?
No. And no, I was embarrassed because it was in that area. And I was confused about it. And didn't know until years down the road.
I mean, you didn't know till years down the road.
G'day, Aaron E. I'm just laughing at Logan W saying it was piss. He pissed the bed at 12. It's a common trait in psychopaths. Well, yes, it is.
Until I learned about wet dreams, and I realized that's what that was. But growing up in my house was, in ways, it was difficult because Mom and Dad didn't really talk about sex. They didn't teach me anything about sex.
And?
I mean, they never sat down and had any talk with me or anything like that.
And see, I reckon this is all, like, I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, my parents didn't either. Like, you know, it's the education system or just life. Like, you know, life teaches you about this. Like, but I reckon this is his little house on the prairie bullshit and all that kind of shit he would watch, where, those kind of older shows where, Dad would sit down and be like, oh, your mother wants me to have a talk with you about the birds and the bees. Like, I don't think that happened for a lot of people, Lorne. Like, this isn't an excuse for who you are because it didn't happen. Like, I'll share a bit of a funny story with you guys. Like, as I said, my parents didn't give me the sex talk, all that kind of stuff, like, school and all that, like handled all that. But I was 19, and my dad and I used to go fishing quite a bit, and like we went out and we're sitting in the tinny and having a couple of beers and that kind of stuff, and the whole day he had been awkward. I'm like, I don't know why he's been like this. And then he's like, oh, well, your mother wants me to have a talk to you about, and I realised he was about to, I'm like, no, Dad, we're not doing this. It's all good. I don't need any of this. Just give me another beer. This is fucking weird. So I also didn't get that, Lorne, and it's no excuse for anything.
It was my sister and her husband that actually sat me down when I was 17 and taught me about the sex.
What did they teach you?
So his sister and his brother-in-law told him about the sex.
Just taught me about female anatomy and male anatomy, and explained about the eggs and
Jesus.
and the sperm and they didn't even teach that in school back at that time.
And what did she teach you?
Mom never taught me anything about sex.
No, your sister.
Well, my sister and it was more my sister's husband that taught me, because he got a book out and taught me, and
He's like, this is how your sister likes it, Lorne.
explained different things to me, and he had my sister, when he needed help explaining something, she was there about the female anatomy to help him explain it.
You didn't know anything by the age of 17?
I knew some stuff, but I didn't know that much in detail, like they explained it to me.
And you said that was rough on your childhood?
Yeah, there was a lot of things that was. I led a very sheltered life when I was a kid. Mom and Dale was old-fashioned, and both of them were very old-fashioned.
Well, did you want them to just be banging each other on the sofa? Like, what did you want?
No. Usually a parent would sit down and have a sex talk with them, with a kid. They never had that with me. It was almost like they were embarrassed to talk about sex.
Jeremy, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm so fucking sick of this bullshit. There is honestly something very wrong with you as a grown man that needs to go around saying this stuff, sexualizing someone that doesn't want to be sexualized. Get fucked.
And you wanted your mom and dad to tell you about sex?
Well, I wanted somebody to explain it to me.
And G'day, Alex Mundy.
More than what I knew about it. It would have been nice.
And Yard Sale Mode.
Even if it was my older brother. It would have been nice if he would have explained it to me. Mom and Dale slept in different rooms, separate ends of the hall, because they both snored loud. And Mom slept on one end of the house, and I had the bedroom right in the middle, and Dale slept on the other end. And this was after all the other kids were gone. I think it was just me and Richard that was there. But my bedroom was literally right in the middle, and so it's like I would always go to bed at 8:00 because
G'day, Mo Green.
if I didn't, I wouldn't get to sleep. So I was always the first one to wake up at 5:00. And that was for probably the last 3 years
Hey, Guru.
of me going to school, me right up till I was 18 and moved out.
What's the point of the story?
The point of the story was because they didn't have sex. They had sex before, but there were years that they went without having sex.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know for sure, but they never. I was never aware of them having sex.
And you wanted to know if they were?
No, I did not want to know if they were. I wanted them to teach me about sex like they should have done. Instead of me waiting till I was 17 and my brother-in-law wound up teaching me. Didn't your parents have the sex talk with you?
No.
What did you do, learn in school?
I learned it by having sex.
No. Well, I didn't.
I mean, what are they supposed to get? Like, you want like a diagram? I don't understand.
That's literally what my brother did. He pulled out a diagram and showed me.
Oh,
By doing that, I explained. I understood it a lot more.
well, what didn't you understand about it?
Well, I knew what sex was. I knew, I knew the sticking pecker in the vagina was having sex, but I didn't know the small things about it.
So, like what? What didn't you know? You wanted to know where babies came from?
I wanted to know more in detail about it, like exactly how everything worked, and how the woman had to be fertile in order to have a baby, and how the seed went up into the woman and
The seed.
met with the egg and formed a baby.
Okay, so you did not know how they were made.
I knew how babies were made. It's just I wasn't quite sure of.
Well, because like, I
how
mean,
long
what
about
it wasn't really that much detail. I feel like anyone would have known that.
There were just things that I didn't understand quite clear, and that they helped me understand more clear. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. First time I had sex was with Denise when I was 19. She was 29.
Oh.
Yep. She was actually a grade ahead of my oldest brother in school. They knew each other from school. So it felt a little odd to me. But, well, it was different because where my brother seemed so much older to me all my
G'day, Jose Aguirta.
life, that I was actually dating
And
someone
Dubsy CC.
that was a year older than he was at the time. So it seemed really odd to me. It felt odd.
And Dragon Words. And Rimo K.
Why did it feel odd?
Just because she was so much older than because I was only 19. And I think that's why it felt so much odd. So.
And Tranquillo asks, when a baby is born, what clit does it come out of? And the top one is obviously the answer. I thought you would have known that, actually. And g'day, Juniper.
So much more odd.
And Eileen Clayman.
Because she was 29. So it's like she was 10 years older than I was. And at the time, that was a big deal at the time. It felt odd to her, too. Because she had a son that was 11.
And that felt odd. Why?
And Two Cat Mac.
Because of the age difference. Because where I was only 19, and she actually had 3 sons, but her oldest one was 11. And so that's why it felt so odd to her, because of my age, and it felt odd to me because of her age, because her being so much older than me.
Okay, so firstly, hello Kenneth Keith and Omega Heber. So you're trying to say that felt weird to you. You can't say that when you're the same person that tried to have sex with multiple children when you were 37. You can't say with a straight face you felt weird about a 10-year age gap between her being 29 and you being 19, all completely legal, and not feel weird about an age gap where you're 37 and they are 13. In fact, well, the age gap really doesn't mean anything. It's the fact that they are 13. You're a fucking loser. G'day, Danny Parama. And Vexus Girl, good to see you.
And me being so young.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. So there. Now you know more about me.
Yeah, I know you've had sex with. Pretty cool.
And you know something about me that nobody else knows.
Oh, yeah, you came your pants when you were 12.
Yeah.
Very
Nobody
special.
else knows. Don't you think that's special? I've never told anybody that.
So special.
Not really. I mean, don't all boys have wet dreams at some point? I don't know.
No. I thought that would be rather special that I told you that, because I've never told anybody. It's something
Jesus.
I've always kept to myself.
Like, it's weird that you told her, and it's weird that you think it's going to be some amazing, closeness. Special. So special.
Not
I mean, I
So at least he can update his list, like, when Debbie or whoever else has asked, why do you like me? And it's like, you're special and you're awesome. So now it can be you're special and you're awesome. And I tell you about my wet dreams I had when I was 12.
didn't think it was like anything special. Because I mean, who do you tell that to anyway?
I don't know. I guess I gotta think of something that would be more special, and I don't know what that could be.
Well, what's special about it?
Because it was something I've kept to myself all these years.
Yeah, but it was just a wet dream you had once.
Well, yeah,
G'day, voice to voice.
but it was the first one that I ever had.
Wow.
Oh.
So I thought that would be special telling you that.
Well, it wasn't.
Disappointing that you didn't think it was.
Oh, Jesus. Now she's getting guilted because she wasn't like, oh my God, that is the best. Let's get married.
Well, no, I mean, I don't understand why that's even like a...
Because it was something that I've never shared with anyone.
Yeah, but who talks about that? Nobody talks about that.
No, nobody talks about it, but It was something that I've.
Oh, g'day, Juggle Willie, who says on their YouTube channel they have a couple of lawn vids and one called Teacup Parody made by my girlfriend and myself 10 years ago. I'll have to check that out. I look forward to that. Thank you.
That must have meant something to me because I've kept it to myself all these years. Never told anybody about it.
What would you tell them?
I mean, it was something about me that was I never told.
And actually, if you want to put a link in the chat to your your channel, that would be great.
To anybody else, so I thought that you might think that was special.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we have a little bit of time left, so let's go on to 26.
Hello?
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Why are you being a jerk to me?
I'm not being a jerk. You're being annoying.
I'm being annoying because your fucking friend spending the night at your house all the time. You make your night out with him sound like a hot date. Well, I'm sorry. Do you want me to sound happy about that?
Okay, what's your question or whatever?
If I can talk to probation and get them to let me come out and see you before your movie is over, because by the looks of it, it's not going to be over within 2 months.
G'day, Joe Parrish.
Would you want me to?
Go ahead and ask.
Huh?
Go ahead and ask. I don't
And Tickle P Shivers.
give a shit.
What, you don't give a shit if you see me or not?
Not the way you've been acting.
Well, Casey, you spent more time with that guy in one night than you did with me all week.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, boo-hoo.
Quit being a little bitch. Every time I talk to you, you're acting like a bitch.
I asked you for a
Forgive me
picture
if I
of
don't
just
text
you.
back and forth with you about Alex all day long.
Yeah, well, I asked for a picture of just you, and you sent me a picture of you and him.
G'day,
Okay.
G'day, Michael Amend.
So
Oh, and you're very welcome to Cat Mac. Thank you for being here.
you continue to press this guy and push him on me.
All right.
You don't see it that way?
No.
Every time we turn around, this guy is in the fucking picture.
All right.
Blame Jamie on me. Well, look what you're doing with Alex.
How is Alex and Jamie the same thing?
He's around you all the fucking time. You tell him shit about me.
And how is that like the Jamie stuff?
You blame Jamie on me.
Yeah?
I'm the reason that we got fucked up before, because of Jamie. Because I brought Jamie into the picture.
What does Jamie and Alex have to do with one another?
You blame me because I brought Jamie into the picture before.
Fuck, I'm not even going to ask anymore because you're going to give me the same stupid fucking answer.
That is exactly right, Casey. That is what he'll do. That's his MO. I mean, that is what he does.
Same stupid fucking answer. I can't believe you don't understand that.
You're not making any sense. You never make any sense. You just talk and talk and talk and nothing makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. So is he with you today?
We went to breakfast.
Oh my good God! Would you fucking wonder about that one?
I do, and I must say, I really love when he does that. When he like his voice gets really sing-songy when he's upset. Oh my good God! That's so good.
Well, it was brunch. I just got back.
Jesus fucking Christ! I can't believe you fucking. He's right up your goddamn ass, Casey. Doesn't that guy have any other friends?
Yeah, he has other friends.
You brought him into the fucking picture of us. So great fucking job on that one. Go spend some more time with a cocksucker.
Thank you.
And I just want to. This is actually a point that the Most Worst made in their stream last night, and so I'm not wanting to steal his point. I just really liked it, and I think it's really appropriate about the main insult that Lorne will throw out to people is cocksucker, and like it's two-pronged there. Like it's such a weird insult for like a grown man to say like that. That's really like a kid's thing. Like, when you're a kid, you think the most offensive thing you could say to someone is a cocksucker. But as an adult, like that doesn't really mean anything. Like like if someone called me that, I'd be like, yeah, righto, cool. Like it's not, but he thinks it's like the worst thing you can say about someone, which really says a lot of other things about him as well. But on top of that, like he tells the story, whenever he's looking for sympathy, which I've said many times I don't believe is the case, but that he was, molested by his brothers when he was a kid and forced to do that. So if that was the case, I mean, there's a lot of things, like I've said, I think if that was the case, that would have been the excuse that came out with Hanson. Like that would have, but in any case, that's besides the point. Like, he's really flippant with that kind of language for someone that is apparently so traumatized by this apparent thing that happened to him. So well said, the most worst. You definitely said it better than I just did then. All right, well, let's go on to the next one.
Hello?
And we will... Oops, it's still going. So we'll go on to the next one. And that should take us to...
Hello.
That should take us to the most... Oh, and I should have mentioned, so as if you don't already know, but the most worst and Evil Little Big Nuggets are streaming in 25 minutes. So we'll do one more call. We'll do episode 27, and that should take us through to that.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm giving you attention.
No, that's not bad. 2 minutes out of 7 days.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Really?
You hung up the phone.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so whose fault is that?
Well, tired of hearing about Alex being so far up your ass.
There you go, mentioning him again. All we did is go to fucking brunch.
And,
Well, and then we had sex afterwards, but...
Yeah. Well, you're bringing it to a point where I'm not going to doubt it.
Oh, you don't doubt it for a single second. It's in your brain the whole time. I mean, you're the kind of person that won't get off the phone so someone can talk to someone for 10 minutes because clearly that's what they would be doing.
Yeah.
Well, like you can't go a day without having something to do with him.
I can't go a single day without him.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
obviously, you spend a whole fucking night with him on a hot date and then let him sleep over.
You mean a seriously hot all night long date?
All night
Yep.
long.
Yeah, it was so fucking hot.
All night long.
Must have been. You let him sleep over again.
I sat on his lap the entire time.
Well, not going to be surprised because you can't seem to go a day without him.
I can't. Too hard. When he's not here, I'm just thinking about him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's the point you're bringing it to make me think like that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go a day without mentioning him.
Obviously, he thinks that way because he thinks that every weekend now he gets to spend time with you, and it's all
Yeah,
him
every
and you.
weekend's Alex's weekend.
It's been that way for how many weekends now? 4 that I
two.
know of. 4 that I know of.
I think 2.
4 that I know of, Casey.
All right, what 4? Because I only recall 2.
The 4 since we've been back talking to each other every weekend.
The 4 every weekend?
I told you 3 weekends ago that he's going to think, because of the weekend before that weekend, which would be the 4th, or the very first weekend after you and I started talking, the following weekend, he did the same thing. And I told you it was going to become a pattern. He's going to think that every weekend he gets to spend time with you. And look at what's happened.
Lorne knows a thing or two about patterns, and in particular getting out of patterns, as Ramona helped him do multiple times. So he speaks with some authority here.
Same thing over and over, regardless of how I feel about anything.
Yeah.
can't miss out on brunch today. You gotta see him. I mean, he's got to.
Oh, and the most worst. Sorry, I just saw that now. Of course, you can post the link to the stream. You can always do that, buddy. So go ahead, and I will pin it if I can figure out how to do that.
See
Well, I
you.
have to eat.
Otherwise, he'll go in convulsions without seeing
And g'day, Winnie Syllables, convulsions.
you.
You gotta eat.
Yeah, you can't go out to McDonald's and get your own breakfast. You gotta have brunch with Alex.
McDonald's?
And g'day, Edamame. Great to see you, buddy.
I'm not a broke ass bitch. I don't eat McDonald's.
Oh, sorry, you had to go to a fancy restaurant with Alex. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I want French omelets. They don't have those in McDonald's.
So sorry. It's my bad on that one.
That's all
Okay.
good.
They don't have Bloody Marys at McDonald's.
Yeah, see? Gotta have drinks with him.
Yeah.
The alcohol involved.
Yeah, there has to be.
G'day, Peanut Butter Ripple.
Oh,
That's how
apparently.
Take my panties off.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
well. What do you want me to feel?
I don't fucking care. Feel however
Obviously
you want.
not.
Yeah, feel however you want. What's it matter to me? If you don't like it, get the fuck away from me.
No, Casey, I love you. I don't like him. Why do you think I'm having such a fit about him? It's because of the way I feel about you.
How are you in love with me?
Casey, we've known each other for a year now.
So?
You think I'm just sitting around playing with my dank and my toes?
yes.
Yeah, probably. How does that mean?
I think a lot about you.
So?
Even when the throuple was going on, I was thinking less and
Jealousy
less.
isn't lovelorn.
I was thinking about less and less about Jamie and more about you.
Jamie doesn't exist, Lauren.
Exactly, but at the time we didn't know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made a trip to Nashville.
So what does a year's time have to do with anything?
What is my what?
Cocksucker for a year.
Huh?
What does a year have to do with anything? You love me because it's been a year?
I love you because I love the way you are.
No, you don't. I like to get drinks with my friend. You hate that.
Yeah, I do hate that.
You don't like anything that I do.
Got to take the good with the bad, but I don't have to take Alex.
Well, you do.
I put up with it.
No, you don't.
I've been putting up with it. Why do you think I'm getting so irritated
Not
about
with him. You bitch about him constantly.
Yeah, I do. Of course I do.
And g'day, Warm Wet Air, and I've just pinned the link to the Jesse stream after this one on the Most Worst channel, so please go there.
It's very unattractive.
Well, it's very unattractive that you're constantly wanting to be around him.
I don't care if you find it attractive.
It's very unattractive that you go out and describe your outing with him like a hot date, then you let him sleep over.
Like an all-night.
How am I supposed to find that attractive?
I don't
What do you
care.
think?
Go find a fucking chick in Maine then, who has no friends, who wants to eat
Why,
McDonald's breakfast with you.
Why, because Alex means more to you than I do?
No, because if you don't want to put up with him, then you can go.
Well, you want to tell me why you have to have him stay the night at your house?
Because she likes him, clearly.
Because I
Bullshit.
want him to.
Because you wanted to. Well, gee, that makes me feel so much better, KC.
Yeah, I care about my friends.
Like, why can't he get the fact that, like, she doesn't care how he feels? Like, if she did, she wouldn't be saying these things and she wouldn't be doing these things. Like, he can never just... He just demands, you know, loyalty or whatever the word is.
Yeah, well, that's what they make Ubers for.
Yeah, I don't want him to pay for an Uber. I'd rather him stay at my house where I know he's safe.
And you don't think he'd be safe at his own house?
No.
That's a good way of thinking.
Okay.
Jesus.
Jesus.
That's fucked up, Casey. That's really fucked up. Well, I don't know. You do what you want to do.
She is, absolutely.
You can let me know when you want me and not that fucking piece of shit in your life. I'm not fucking around with this stupid, retarded, theory-ist bullshit.
What are you
He
saying?
sounds like a fucking retard, and he is a retard.
Okay.
And you're being just as retarded by fucking going into his bullshit.
All right, Lorne.
He's been a problem for us since
G'day, Peter O'Keefe. Great to be back.
the fucking day you met him.
Great to see you too.
At least Alex knows how to speak intelligently.
There you go.
There you go.
Stick up for your
Just stick up for him, defending him.
boyfriend, Casey.
I'm sticking up for me. You just called me retarded.
And isn't it amazing how much of all this repeats? Like, it doesn't matter what the catfish, it's the same thing all the time. Like, unless someone joins in with him saying, yeah, they're a cocksucker, oh, you're defending him, you're sticking up for him, or oh, you're running me down to impress him.
You're not sticking up for you because you got that asshole in your goddamn life.
See how you're retarded? That doesn't make any sense.
You're not sticking up for you. You're sticking up for you, you get the fuck rid of him.
How would that be sticking up for me? It's straight up like talking to a mentally challenged person right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Why would you let him in your life?
Because I want him in my life.
Because she's an adult and she can do whatever she wants, Lorne. If you don't like it, your option is to leave, pretty much. And g'day, James Sanders.
Well, apparently you do because you want all kinds of time with him.
Yeah.
And I'll be getting shit for time.
Right. Is there anything else you want to say to me, or have we met our
No,
and together?
I don't want to take up all your time that you can spend with your boyfriend.
Okay.
And I do love the way he says that. Like, it's like where he's either guilting her or hoping that the response will be, no, he's not my boyfriend, or oh no, Lorne, I don't want you to feel like that. So let's keep talking for hours. It's very odd, and it's never going to work out the way he wants it to. So yeah, so that is that. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there for now. So I think we'll continue on through these calls over the next many streams. I might also break it up with some other stuff as well. I don't really know. We'll see what happens. So thanks all for being here. It's been so much fun. I've really missed this, and I've really missed seeing all you guys. So I appreciate you coming out. Like I mentioned, the Most Worst and Nuggets are streaming on the Most Worst channel very shortly, kicking off in just over 10 minutes. The link is pinned at the top of the chat there, so please jump over there if you can. I'll see you all there. They're always a heap of fun. So, yep, thanks again, guys. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you all again very soon. Okay, bye, guys.